Welcome back to your channel for longevity. I'm Dr. Joanette, your longevity expert. Today we are diving into the vibrant world of purple sweet potatoes with a delicious, mouth-watering recipe for crispy oven-baked fries. But these just aren't any fries because they're packed with flavor, nutrition, and a stunning purple hue that will make your dinner or your snack plate pop. In this video, you are going to learn how to select, prepare, and roast up these beautiful purple sweet potatoes. Remember, the secret to achieving that perfect crispy texture is in this video. And I'm also going to give you a quick, easy, delicious, healthy seasoning blend that will complement the natural sweetness of your purple potatoes. And a bonus for you is a recipe for a cool ranch dip that you can dip those crispy, purple, vibrant, delicious, healthy fries in for a wonderful Super Bowl snack that's healthy. So let's get cooking. To start with, I've gone ahead and just lightly scrubbed. The skins are still on these purple potatoes. I've lightly scrubbed them. You may recognize them as being thinner than a lot of purple sweet potatoes that you can buy in the store. These we grew ourselves. Farmer Fred and I grew. They were our first year that we grew purple sweet potatoes, and they weren't quite as fat as some of the ones we got, but they still have all the same healthy nutrition in them. And to make those purple sweet potato fries, they actually are better because each piece has a little bit of the skin on them. Not only are there lots of nutrition in the interior part of the potato, but a lot of the nutrition is right underneath the skin. And we are going to include that in each and every piece of our sweet potato fries. I cut the thinner areas into about 4 pieces, but as it starts to get thicker, I will sometimes cut a little bit thicker wedge. I'm putting those in a bowl there, and we're going to be tossing them with some olive oil and with our seasonings. Now that our purple sweet potatoes are all cut up and in our bowl here, we are going to go ahead and I'm going to mix up a little of the seasoning mix to go on them. The seasoning mix is super simple. Start with a couple of tablespoons of either olive oil or coconut oil. Purple sweet potatoes have anthocyanins in them, which is a powerful antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, immune booster, and one of the things that helps it work better and be better absorbed in your body and especially in your brain is some fat, and fat in the form of a healthy fat like coconut oil, avocado oil, or olive oil. I would say I've got about 2, maybe 3 tablespoons of that. I'm going to add a nice, probably half of a tablespoon of my Mediterranean seasoning. If you go to my website, you will be able to click on the Mediterranean seasoning and make your own Mediterranean seasoning. That is great for roasting vegetables, for adding to dips, and for just sprinkling on things like your potatoes or anything, any type of vegetable. Even add it to your salads, put it in your salad dressing. And lastly, I'm adding some nutritional yeast. If you're vegan, this is a great recipe because nutritional yeast gives the recipe a little bit of that cheesy type flavor. If you aren't vegan, what I recommend is at the end of baking, just about a few minutes before they're done baking, go ahead and sprinkle some grated Parmesan or some grated cheese on them to give them kind of a cheesy potato flavor. I'm going to mix that all up, and we are going to sprinkle that and mix that all over our sweet potatoes. I'm just going to pour that in, and they will be ready to go on our baking pan. I have preheated the oven to 425 degrees, and we'll be baking them about probably 15 to 20 minutes. We'll check them at about 15 minutes and see how they're coming along. That's the one thing I like about the purple sweet potatoes. They are drier than your other potatoes. And what that means is you can add a little oil to them and bake them in the oven, and they come out nice and crispy, just as crispy as if they were deep fried, and so much healthier for you. You can't really deep fry something with olive oil or with your coconut oil or your avocado oil because of the low smoke point. If you get it too hot, it actually will develop some toxins. So when you're using your olive oil and these other types of oils that are better for you, you want to roast your vegetables in the oven rather than deep frying them. Besides that, they're just healthier for you to not have so much fat in your diet. So I'm going to spread them out here on my baking sheet, and you don't want them piled up in a pile like you see them right now. You want them to be nicely spread out so that they don't really touch each other. Into the oven for 15 to 20 minutes at 425 degrees. So while they're baking, let's talk a little bit about why you should be adding purple potatoes to your longevity diet. In addition to the antioxidants that we talked about that are called anthocyanins, they are also anti-inflammatory, anti-diabetic, anti-cancer, and antimicrobial. They have fiber. Fiber is important to help with your digestion, help with your weight management, and your blood sugar regulation. These purple sweet potatoes have a lower glycemic index of about 77, as opposed to the glycemic index of regular potatoes, which is about 93. In addition to that, those anthocyanins and the antioxidants in them can help promote collagen production in your skin. In other words, help your skin look healthier and be less wrinkled. And here is my pro tip. Boost the absorption of beta carotene and the anthocyanins in your purple sweet potatoes by sprinkling them with a healthy fat like olive oil, coconut oil, or avocado oil. It will help you absorb all of those healthy antioxidants. I just checked those purple sweet potatoes that are roasting in the oven. They're starting to smell delicious, but they needed about another maybe 10 minutes. I went ahead, took them out, and flipped them over just to make sure that all the sides get evenly browned, and put them back in for another 5 minutes. But they're gonna need probably another total, after I flipped them over, another 10 to 12 minutes. Let's go ahead and make our Cool Ranch dip to go with them. To get started, I have a half a cup of Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt, no flavors, no sugars, and a quarter of a cup of mayonnaise. And into that, I am adding a half a teaspoon of roasted garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of onion powder, a full teaspoon of dill weed that's been dried, and a half a teaspoon of salt. Lastly, a little extra liquid, which is 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar and 2 tablespoons of buttermilk. We're gonna mix that all together. I think I'm gonna need my whisk here for that. Whisk that all together, and we will have our creamy, cool ranch dressing for dipping those delicious roasted purple sweet potatoes in. I've had a few people ask me where I get these little bowls that I use, and these little pinch pots, I guess you would call them. If you go to my website, growwithdrjoanette.com, and click on my shop, there is a link there in the kitchenware that will take you out to where you can purchase them. They're so great for, just as a little dip dish, or for presentation if you want to, have different little things on a appetizer board or something like that. So our dip is ready. If your dip is a little on the thick side, go ahead and thin it down with a little more milk or buttermilk, depending upon how tart you like your dip to be. And it's ready for our purple sweet potatoes. So our purple sweet potatoes have been roasting now about 22 minutes. I just checked them and they are ready to come out. What you want is you want them to be soft on the inside and crispy on the outside, which is what these are. They've got a nice crispy skin on them, soft on the inside, a little bit browned, and delicious. Let's go ahead and put them on a plate here with our Cool Ranch dip. It's still quite hot for sure. Put a little parchment paper on the plate, help absorbs a little bit of the extra oil from the potatoes. They smell delicious. And smell that Mediterranean seasoning. It's a combination of so many, I think it's about 7 or 8 different spices that are great for your healthy longevity. Let's give it a try. I like lots of dip on mine. That is delicious. Makes me tempted to double dip, but I'm not going to. There you have it, folks. Crispy, delicious purple sweet potato fries that are nutritious and also beautiful. Now, have you not only learned a new recipe, but you've also discovered a fantastic addition to your longevity diet. Don't forget to experiment with some different seasonings as well as some dipping sauce to keep things interesting. And if you enjoyed this recipe, be sure to give it a try. Let us know how it turned out in the comments. And thank you also for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, as well as hit that notification bell for more delicious and nutritious recipes. So until next time on the Dr. Joanette channel, happy cooking. Here's to your health. Perfectly delicious.